What's going on, everybody? Welcome to this evening's episode of Facing the Fire here on the Greenbrier Valley channel. We are on the Touchdown Terrace, and I am here with my co-host, Roger Bennett. Actually, no, you're the main host. I can't even lie.
How are you? Guys, I am super excited. This is my first time this year with the Cavaliers, and I'm telling you what, to be excited about this season is a huge understatement. I've been watching practice today. The offense looks crisp. There's some plays that I'm watching, and they fooled me where the ball was. So they're doing some misdirection. I love it. That is my favorite thing about offense, and just attacking the ball for defense. And, Matt, this weekend, the opener, not a home opener, but it is the opener for the season.
Yes.
Roane County Yellow Jackets.
Yes.
So I'm excited to see what we're going to do. In your opinion, what do we need to do there? You've been watching practice a little more than I have. How do we need to play this weekend?
Well, so one thing that a lot of the players have been talking about, and I completely agree with them, is high-tempo offense. We need to move the ball. We need to speed up. And I was talking to Camden Sams last week, and me and him had a little sit-down conversation for about half an hour, and we basically said that, or he was emphasizing, one thing that the coaches was talking about over this whole offseason and over the practices, saying that, hey, it doesn't matter what we're going to be doing through the offense this summer with plays or with anything of that matter. He said, whatever we do, he said, everything is high tempo. He said, throughout these practices, we're going to take them at 110%. Even if it's something really, really small, he said, we're running to the next drill. We're not walking. We're not walking to go get water and then take a break. He said, we are going to run to get our water and then get right back out on the field. Those little things are what matters, because it speeds up our offense and it makes it to where we can overrun the other teams.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And the same holds true in basketball. I've coached some basketball.
Yes.
I've coached some football. You've got to practice at play speed.
Yes, you have to.
It's got to be second nature. You can't practice at one speed and all of a sudden you're in a game and you step up the tempo. The rhythm's not there.
It's going to feel like a foreign language. Exactly.
Right.
But, I mean, there's so many things that our players are going to have to look forward to. And I think that Roane County is a great team to play week one. They're going to be one of the top teams in single A this year, and they're going to be a tough team for us to go out there and beat. And plus, it's almost a 3-hour trip for us as well. It's right at 3 hours, which is going to get us used to, hey, we have to go out there. And even though our bodies might not feel like going out onto the field, our minds have to be there. Exactly. We have to be ready to play on Saturday night, which a little bit of a different that it's not Friday night, it's Saturday night. And I unfortunately won't be able to go to it, but I'll be excited to be there the other 9 weeks out of the season, and we're going to be making so many strides towards this year, and you best believe I'm going to be watching you online this Saturday.
Well, I appreciate that. Yeah, we love to support each other at the Greenbrier Valley channel.
Yes.
We root for each other. There's no competition here.
No.
I think, speaking as a coach, I'm going to say what I would tell my team this weekend if I was coaching the Cavaliers. Guys, we have to come out and we have to hit them in the mouth.
Yes.
The first play. Set the tone for the game. Get them on their heels early, and that's going to give you a chance to win this ball game.
Yes, it will. I love that you said that, because I was talking to Camden last week, as I mentioned earlier, and that's another thing that he said. He mentioned how last year in honestly, the previous 3 or 4 years, I'd say, we have really struggled with Greenbrier West football going out and punching teams in the mouth.
Right.
They've been waiting to the second half and kind of keeping their foot off the gas. That's not how they're going to play it this year. They've been mentioning how they are transitioning and getting ready to punch Roane County in the mouth, quite frankly. And whether Roane County is ready for that, that's their decision. But also, it's Greenbrier West's decision to practice what they've been preaching and to go out there and give 110%.
Exactly.
So.
Exactly. And you've got to be aggressive, but you've got to be controlled aggressive.
Yes.
So when you go out, like your offense is all about timing. You touched on that about coming out playing fast.
Yes.
And you got to play faster than that team. Get them on their heels. Up tempo.
Yes.
But it's got to be controlled tempo. It can't be chaos on the field.
No.
What you want to do is create chaos for the defense and catch one man out of position, and you take advantage of that.
Exactly.
So,
And that's a huge deal. It really is. And as you mentioned, staying under control. And Camden, I mean, me and Camden talked, like I said, that for that 30 minutes, and he gave me so much insight. And one thing, this is really something I want to ask you going into the season. So for this first game, we're trying to practice, and they're trying to get ready and see what the team feels like. And one of the main reasons for that is the youth on this team. The youth from freshmen and sophomores is unbelievable and unlike anything I've seen from a Greenbrier West team in a very long time. What is something you would say as a coach to get these younger kids ready and say, hey, you might not be getting as much playing time here in week one, but you need to be ready when your name is called on?
well, and the Cavaliers are a young team this year.
Yes, very young.
So you've got to coach that youth up a little stronger when you have a majority team that's younger. You've got to get those guys ready quicker than you normally would if you had some great starters that were seasoned. So you coach them up, and you try to put a little extra time into them, a little extra effort to get them familiar with your game scheme. Obviously, team culture is a big thing.
Huge thing.
And from what I've seen, that's one thing that's got me excited about this season.
Yes.
Greenbrier West Cavaliers, from what I've understood and been around the basketball, a little bit of softball and some football, team culture here is second to none.
Yes.
And you can take an average young team and do great things if there's awesome team culture.
100%.
And I think that is the unknown factor Roane County's not counting on.
Yes. Honestly. Well, I mean, and that's exactly what you were saying, is because this team, quite frankly, does not have the size. We don't have a ton of it.
Right.
We have a few guys on the offensive line. We got Logan Berry. We got Logan as well up there. We got Colton Carruthers coming in as a sophomore. But we don't have a ton of big guys on the offensive line. So we're going to have to beat teams with grit, beat them with speed, and beat them with, quite frankly, our heart. That's what it's going to come down to.
And you can't forget technique.
Yes, have to.
When it comes to the line, okay, the line for coaches is where it all starts. That's your foundation of your team.
Yes.
So your line has got to come out and hit them in the mouth. Now, if you don't have quite as big of a line or quite as strong of a line as the opponent, what you've got to do is technique. So you go back to basics. In football, low man wins, right?
Yes.
The lower you are, the more power you have.
Exactly.
The bigger the guy, the easier it is to get under his pads and shove him. So they've got to do a lot of technique type stuff. I mean, of course, there's a lot of heart involved.
There is, yes.
Team culture plays into that because they want to win for their team. They want to
Yes.
do good for their team. Every player's a bike spoke. Okay, if you get one bike spoke broken, not doing his job, it's a rougher
It's
ride,
over.
right?
Exactly.
So you get
11
more
players
than
on the
one
same
of them
page.
out of place, then the ride becomes almost impossible.
Yes.
So that's what I was talking about. You coach your young guys up to feel that spoke in that wheel
Yes.
when their name's called.
100%.
When their number's called to get on that field, they have to know what to do. So they got to have reps in practice. They have to know what to do and how to do it.
Yes.
So I've got high hopes for this Cavalier team.
I do too.
You know, win or lose Saturday, I think they're going to come out and they're either going to learn a lot about themselves or they're going to learn a lot about the other team.
Yes.
Either way, it's going to be a great learning experience for a lot of the younger guys. Some of these guys have faced Roane County, but these younger guys, it's going to be awesome for them to get some reps, quality reps, game reps, and that's where they really, really learn and really shine.
Yes, and I like what you said about their heart and the technique. Obviously, that's what is most important on this team. But one thing I'm super, super, super excited about is how the seniors are going to be able to lead their younger ones, if you want to call it that. Logan, you got Camden, you've got, let me see, there's really so many guys, but there's a few main ones that are going to be going up there. And one that we haven't really talked about as much on the podcast, but he's going to be a huge guy. He got a few reps at quarterback, and he got a few reps over there at tight end, or tight end's what he played last year as well. And that's Colton Dunbar. Colton Dunbar is going to be going out there, and I'm super excited to see coming in at 6'5". He's one of the taller, bigger guys on the team. He has to tell the guys that, hey, even though we might be smaller than this other team, we're going to go out there, like you said, punch them in the mouth. That's got to be the goal of Greenbrier West. And no matter what happens on Saturday, that's going to be whether the guys say, okay, you know what, we lost by, let's say they lose by 4 touchdowns. We lost by 4 touchdowns, guys. We're going to give up the rest of the season. Are you going to have that kind of attitude? Or are you going to say, you know what, guys, we lost by 4 touchdowns, but here's what we can learn from that game.
Right.
Here's what we can
Right.
go from here throughout this game. Here's the things that we are able to study on film. Here are the things that we can learn on film and go on to next week and hopefully win the next week. I mean, that's the goal.
And regardless of your first game,
Yes.
obviously we hope to get a win. We want to leave Roane County with a W, whether it's by 1 point or 20.
Yes.
We want a W.
Absolutely.
But you can learn so much from a loss, and you don't have to let one loss dictate your season,
No.
right? So when you talk about punching them in the mouth, I'm going to tell you a little trick I used to do, and it worked. So I never had a big team when I was coaching football. They were always a small team, and I tell my guys, hey, we got to beat them with speed and technique. That's our only hope.
That's
okay?
how.
So what we would do, they get the ball first, okay? We kick off to them. So I would tell my guys, when he says down, everybody fires off the line. We're going to get an offsides call, right? But we're setting the tone. And
Okay.
we put half the line on their butt with a hard hit on the first play from scrimmage.
Because they was taking you as a joke.
Right.
That's,
They know
Okay.
they know what the call is. It might be on set. It might be on hut 2, 1, whatever.
Yes.
We come out, hit them in the mouth on down. Yeah, we get a penalty flag, and it's offsides. It's 5 yards. But you know what? It's worth every yard of that to
Yes.
set that kind of tone, and that's what the Cavaliers has got to do. Maybe not get a penalty right off the bat, but
Yes.
come out and set that tone early.
Exactly.
Get Roane County on their heels and control the ball game.
Exactly.
So, time of possession is going to mean a lot. I've been watching the offense today a little bit. The offense looks really crisp. 6'5", tall, can see the field.
Yes.
That's amazing. Seen some reps at quarterback for him, Dunbar. So
Yes.
he's also got really good hands.
He does have
So-
really good hands, yes.
And he's got tight end size.
Yes.
A great target to throw to for any quarterback. So, and I'm not sure what the depth chart looks like for the Cavaliers in all the positions.
Yes.
But this guy looks like he could play anywhere on the field and contribute to the game.
He pretty much can. I mean, there's really nothing he can't do. That's how he was in basketball. The only thing that we always tried to get him to do in basketball was dunk the ball in game because he was so big. But he would almost play a little bit skittish in a way, even though he was the man. He was. He played like the man in practice. He played like the man even in games. But when it come to dunking on somebody's head, we'd have to be like, Dunbar, you could dunk on this guy's head. But anyways, that's besides the point. Another player I want to mention, and he's only a sophomore coming into this season, more of a speed, elusive running back as well. Really, really shredded, but super fast. Super excited to watch him play this year. Ben, oh my goodness, I'm super excited to watch Ben play. I don't know if you've got to see him run any reps at running back this year or not.
I haven't.
Ben, you haven't? That's okay. Ben Butler is going to be a name this year, not only in football but basketball as well. He's really, really good coming at the shooting guard position in basketball, as we mentioned earlier, and he is going to be a light for this Cavalier team because he has shown that, hey, even though I'm younger, he's shown that I can get those minutes and I can make the impact on that team. And also he ran track for me last year, which was really cool as well.
Nice. So
Yes.
he's got a little speed to him.
Yes, he does.
So, did you watch the Pendleton scrimmage?
But yes, I did.
Okay. What was your biggest takeaway from that?
One, team-wise or player-wise, we'll say.
Team-wise.
Team-wise, okay. One thing, so this is towards the first half. The guys did a really good job at stopping the run. The line really, really made a name for themselves.
Okay.
I don't even know. They probably had single digits in the rushing game.
Nice.
Now, they did have one player. Pendleton County did have one wide receiver that had about 9 receptions and probably 2 or 3 touchdowns on us, which we're going to have to work on that. But player-wise, we had Brenton Hodge, who's one of the sophomores coming in this year as well. And Brenton, I'm super excited to watch him play this year. He did really good at corner. He dropped one of the interceptions that he could have had, but he was able to break up 3 passes, and that is a huge deal. And also he stopped an outside run as well.
Nice.
So I believe run stopping is going to be a huge focal point of us coming into the season. We'll see how the pass defense comes into play throughout the season.
So we're looking good on the corners as far as defense goes.
We're looking great
So
on the corners.
If we don't let them get the outside,
Yes.
Then you've got a lot of help on the interior.
Yes.
So that's going to mean a lot,
Yes.
especially some of these quicker backs. If they can get out in the flat, it's going to
Exactly.
be. You don't want to play catch up.
No,
right?
you
want to
don't.
meet them. So if you can turn them in, that's going to make for a awesome
Yes.
defensive season.
Yes. One thing Coach Rob says a lot is squeeze. He tells the linebackers to squeeze in. That way, if they're trying to run a dive up the middle, or even if they try to run a counter, he tries to keep them in one spot.
Right.
That way, the backers don't get beat right behind them. I mean, that's the last way you want to lose. Is for
Absolutely.
somebody to run behind you. Keep everything in front of you.
Exactly.
Which is most
Absolutely.
important.
Which is very important in other sports
Yes.
as well.
Yes, it is.
So, offensively, what did you see in the scrimmage with Pendleton?
So I mentioned the plays with Dunbar. One play that he had, it was awesome. Barry accidentally had a low snap, and the ball hit the ground. And whenever he picked the ball up, and this happened on several occasions, not where Barry snapped the ball low, but where Dunbar was able to make a crazy play. But there was one where he had the ball snapped to him low. He put it in his left hand, and he said, let me just do the work. He
Right.
ran to the outside of the field, and with his long stride, beat out like 7 defenders and wasn't even touched and got into the end zone.
So, sort of a little Pat Whitish.
Yes, a little bit.
Interesting.
Pat, yes, exactly.
So-
a little bit Pat Whitish. Might not be a lefty, but
Yeah.
still.
For
Yeah.
all you Mountaineer fans,
Yes.
Pat White is my favorite all-time
Yes.
West Virginia Mountaineer.
Mhm.
Just an electric player, can make something happen out of absolutely nothing.
Mhm.
And I'm hoping that Dunbar is going to be that Pat White for the Cavaliers this
Yes.
year. He's got the size and the speed to do it with.
Yes.
And his throwing arm didn't look bad either.
No,
So,
no, it wasn't bad at all. It was great.
I think it's going to be an exciting season here.
Yes.
And I look forward to it. It's going to be, 10 games?
Yes.
And, the end is going to come quicker than we want it to.
Unfortunately, it always
because
does
We
every
have
year.
an absolute ball here doing this. And obviously we can't thank our sponsors enough
No.
for allowing us to do what we love to do.
Yes.
Obviously, for two, supporting this to the point where a lot of people can't get out.
Exactly.
And we can't thank you guys enough for being able, for these people that can't get out, to be able to watch this game in amazing definition.
Yes. Amazing's even an understatement. It's
I've
so
gotten
good.
compliments all summer
Yes.
about the video quality,
Mm-hmm.
the commentation. It's been amazing, and it refreshed me to the point where, like,
Yes.
hey,
Let's do this again.
maybe I'm doing
Let's
something
get back
right.
at it.
Yeah,
Exactly.
So I couldn't wait. I've been out of pocket the last few podcasts
Yes.
with business and things
It
going on.
happens, man.
But
Mhm.
I'm looking forward to this season with Cavaliers. It's going to be a great ride.
Yes.
Win or lose, this team wants to win. This team plays together, and it's going to be amazing. I'm excited about it.
Yes. And one thing I'm considering starting throughout the weeks on this podcast is somebody who graduated from Greenbrier West is a little bit of a player spotlight. So one thing I was fortunate enough to do with this team is I've been able to not only coach some of these kids, but I've been able to go to school with the seniors that are here. This is the last group of seniors that I was able to be in school with. So I'm going to do my best as well every single week to put a player of the week that you guys will be able to look out for that is mostly different every week. Now, you're going to have those few stars, Camden, Dunbar. I'm also looking forward to Colton Chrisman as well as a little bit of a spotlight senior coming in as well, making an impact. But there's going to be a player every week that maybe repeats every now and then. But for the most part, I'm going to do my best to pick a player from this team behind us that is going to make that impact that surprises somebody.
And it
so,
could be somebody coming off the bench.
Exactly.
That's my favorite.
Yes.
When a guy sits on the bench, he goes to all the
Exactly.
practices, he puts in the work, but he's just not there.
Yes.
And then something happens, there's a turn of events,
Clicks.
his number gets called.
Exactly.
He comes in and makes an impact on the field, and then the coaches are like, wow,
Yes.
he didn't do that in practice. This
Yeah.
is awesome. I love calling those guys' name and calling those guys' number
Yes.
when they come off the bench and just rock it.
Yes.
I love that.
And sometimes that's all it takes, Roger, is whenever you're getting those opportunities is getting a certain type of team. Because you might have a team that has a really good pass defense. Maybe they play a really good cover 3. And then you come into a team that is really good at sending a Mike blitz or sending a good Sam blitz up the middle, and they stop the run.
Right.
So you might have one of those players that comes in and is good at the opposite of whatever technique that defense is playing.
Right.
When in that case, you can punch them in the mouth with whatever player that is that's either coming off the bench or maybe somebody that's a starter, but maybe they're not a star necessarily. Maybe they're kind of that backup running back or that number 2 slot wide receiver that doesn't see many attempts over the middle. Maybe their linebackers aren't as good, so he's able to get those catches over the middle. You have to wait and see what those teams give you. And obviously your stars are going to make plays week in and week out. We know what we're going to get from Dunbar. We know what we're going to get from Camden Sims whenever he comes back from his collarbone injury. We know what we're going to get from those guys, and even Logan Berry up front. But it's going to be those younger guys, that Brenton Hodge, as I was mentioning earlier.
Right.
We're going to be getting those guys, as I was mentioning, Colton Carruthers on the front of the offensive and defensive line. We have so many guys that I'm excited to see make an impact that we already know are going to happen, and then even others that we have no clue about. So we'll see.
And I've always been an offensive guy. So offensive, my bread and butter has always been misdirection.
Okay.
Fool the defense. Get a step on them.
Yes.
That was my goal. But on the defensive side, I have seen players, I've pulled players off the bench that just didn't perform in practice. They just weren't quite up to where the other guys were. And so you pick your starters based on, effort, attitude, skill level. But I've seen them pull a guy off the bench on defense, and he can read the play better than anybody. May not be as fast as the other guy, but he reads the play so fast, he can get there. And there's little things like that in football. There's so many dimensions to football, and that's why we love it so much, because anything can happen on any given game.
You never know.
Wow. But I tell you what, the future looks bright for this Cavalier team.
It is bright, Roger. And one thing I'm super excited about, you mentioned that technique aspect of the game. Brandon Potiker came to my mind immediately. Brandon last year was not a super fast linebacker. I mean, he had decent speed. He wasn't slow necessarily, but he wasn't as fast as, say, Isaac Agee or somebody like that.
Right.
But he used his mind and his technique of the game at linebacker to command the defense and be able to get through the line, and that's why he had as many sacks as he did last year.
Right.
I'd have to be quoted on this by Coach Goddard, but I'm pretty sure he led the Cavaliers in sacks last year and was number 2 the year before, behind it only Ethan Holiday. So he was a great linebacker and did great, not only pass defense, but great stopping the run.
Right.
And that's what you got to have, as you were saying, that technique.
Yeah, your linebackers have to attack.
They have to.
There's no question about that. And, and a lot of that's technique. And I know these guys are being coached very well. They're getting technique. The coaching staff here is second to none, in my opinion.
It is.
So it's going to be really exciting.
Yes.
Roane County, 7:30 Saturday.
Yes.
Is the opener.
That's
when the rubber meets the road, guys.
Yes.
It's going to be fun.
Yes.
And I'm going to be there, and we are going to have a blast. Absolute blast.
I'm so excited. I'm super excited to get into it this season. But speaking of Coach Goddard, it seems like I was able to speak him out of thin air, get him from thin air. Coach Goddard, you want to come onto the podcast real quick? We'll get you on here, my good sir. I'll move the mic over this way, that way.
So how are you, Coach?
Doing well. Doing well. Excited for Saturday night.
Absolutely. What do you see happening?
Well, we're going to put a product out there that the community can be proud of. We've got a squad here that's going to get out and play hard every play. They're going to get after those guys, and I think we put enough work in over the summer, not just in August, but I think we put enough work in here that we're going to be successful. We're going to go out and do the things that we've worked on and that we know that we can do, and we're going to try to put the brakes on a very good football team. Roane County was the state runner-up in Class AA last year. If you look at their record over the last several seasons, got quite an impressive home record. They haven't lost at home for quite some time, and it's going to be a challenge. I mean, this is a quality football team, and we're making the trip. This was a game that was originally scheduled to be played at Glenville, kind of a kickoff classic, and Glenville's undergoing some stadium renovations, so Roane County decided to host, and there are going to be several games at Roane over the weekend, and we're going to be we're going to be the nightcap, you know. So
the main event, so to
yes,
speak.
exactly.
You know, and I hope in Charmco that's the way we go out and perform.
I hope so as well. And that's one thing that stood out to me. I saw James Monroe was playing there as well earlier in the day, which is going to be super exciting. It's been a couple weeks since we spoke on the podcast. And have you seen any players that have really stood out to you in practice that maybe weren't quite there at the beginning of the offseason?
Well, I will say probably since the last time you and I spoke, the quarterback position kind of shifted early
That's awesome.
in our camp. We had maybe a battle there with Scott McClung and Mason Ward.
Yes.
Mason, a sophomore, Scott, a junior. And at one point, we had a senior step up. Colton Dunbar went to Coach Vaughn and said, hey, what do you think about me taking some snaps? So he's got out there. He's looked really good. You know, in a short period of time, he has come along quite nicely. And
Yes.
I don't think that it would matter if we were starting him or Scott. You're going to have a big, strong quarterback right there that can do a lot of things that could give a defense a lot of problems.
I spoke to Scott a couple weeks ago, and like you were saying, given the defense problems, he literally could have ran to the outside and got an easy touchdown. Instead, he decided to run straight up and hit a couple of the linebackers straight in the chest, which obviously, would you take the touchdown? Absolutely. But it's great the fact that we have a quarterback that's not scared of the defense. He's okay with going straight up the middle and hitting you in the mouth. He's not one of those kids that's going to be scared to take contact. So I love seeing that.
Yeah, and I mean, if you look at the quarterback position here at Greenbrier West over the past several seasons, you know, we had another new guy last year that had never played the position, in Evan Vandal.
Yes.
And he came out and did a lot of nice things. Before that, his cousin, Cole Vandal, played the lion's share of 3 seasons at quarterback. And
Lit it
Cole,
up.
a big kid, you know, probably in that 190 to 200-pound range. So we've had quarterbacks that if they have to take the football and run with it,
They could do it.
they've got the body to withstand that.
Exactly.
Coach, I have a question about quarterbacks and the run game. So, do you practice the read option where the quarterback, he sees something in the defense, he can pull that ball and go, and the play that you called, obviously they know what to do. If the quarterback pulls the ball, everybody still has a job to do.
Absolutely. I mean, I work with just quarterbacks on fundamentals on a daily basis, but Coach Osborne is our offensive coordinator, and our offense has been kind of an evolving unit ever since Coach Osborne came on back in, I think it was 2019, along with Coach Harris. It's changed a little bit each year, but that read option aspect of the offense has always been there, and that's why we want a big, strong, athletic quarterback.
Yes,
we want somebody
right.
that you know can carry that for us. You know, ideally, you want your tailback to get the lion's share of the
Exactly.
carries, but I mean, we need a quarterback that can carry it 10 to 12 times a game and be effective. Now, there were times last year, you can go back and look. I mean, there was one game, for instance, Evan Vandal, he carried the ball 40 times. He set a Cavalier record there for most carries by a quarterback in a game. So,
That's amazing.
you know, the great thing about our coaching staff, they're going to look at what works and they're going to go with what works.
Right.
And you can take that back to the time that Coach Osborne played here as a player in the mid-2000s, and Trent Walker was the tailback. Coach McClung, Mr.
Yes.
McClung at Western now, was the head coach, and you know, over his career, Trent Walker was a pretty successful tailback, you know, and he's the school's all-time leader in that department. So, you know, football doesn't have to be complicated.
No.
If it ain't broke, don't fix
Right.
it.
You know, I've heard Coach Vaughn say, you know, he uses the KISS method, keep it
Yes.
simple, stupid.
Yes.
You
Yep.
know, so, you know, we just want to go out Saturday night, execute and do what we can do, move the football, get first downs, put some points on the board, and let our defense
Yes.
go to work.
One thing I was super excited to see about this backfield compared to previous years, and I was speaking to Roger about this earlier, is Ben Butler, who you've talked very highly about over the past couple weeks. But one thing that's different about Ben compared to what we've had the past few years with Brandon Potiker, Isaac Agee, and especially Ty Nickel a few years ago when I was in school, those guys were big. very big running backs. And maybe Isaac Agee, not quite so much, but Brandon and Ty were especially power backs. They ran straight up the defense. Ben Butler, not really that type of build. He's more of the elusive speed, get around you type running back. Is there maybe some different implementations that you guys are doing in your training, maybe without giving away too much, that you guys have been working with Ben, especially not only because he's younger, but because he's not quite that power back that the other guys were?
Well, I mean, this can be a hole for a back right there.
Yes.
And Ben has good vision, and he can see that. He has put on probably 20 pounds or more since last season. So he does have a little power aspect to him if he has to have it. But he's a nice slasher. He's got a nice little jump cut. He can find those running lanes. And then when he does get next level, he's got the speed to bounce it to the outside. And he's the kind of kid that has the kind of speed that he could take it to the house.
Which I'm super excited to watch. That's going to be exciting.
So when it comes to Dunbar, does he have really good vision of the field, good football smarts? I guess what I'm looking at, and he can read it and knows what to do.
Well,
does he have that type of experience?
Well, he's got some things that you can't coach. 6'3", 6'4" is pretty nice, and he can stand there and look over our offensive line. And if you were watching our practice out there, we've got some pretty big offensive linemen. So, and then another thing that I think that he's got in his favor, he's a basketball player. So he's got a little bit of innate ability there to get rid of the football and do some things right there that aren't really coached. And I saw it the first day that he went out there and played quarterback. There were just a couple little things that he did right there that in no way, shape, or form was he coached to do, but it was like, oh wow, okay, yeah, he's got that. Plus, all right, he's a state champion hurdler here at Greenbrier West. He's got good speed, so he gets that big body.
Slow, is he?
No, he's got a lot of. He's just really got a lot of things going for him that can help make him successful. And then on top of that, Coach Osborne's going to call the kind of plays there that are going to make him and Butler and the rest of those guys on the offense successful.
Yeah. We call those tailor-made plays, tailor-made to that particular quarterback or back, running back, 1, 2, 3 back, however you guys do it. But yeah, as a coach, I like your attitude as a coach. I've coached some football, and my motto was kind of like to keep it simple, stupid. Run it till they stop it.
Right.
It's not complicated.
Anybody that's watched Greenbrier West football over the past 57 years knows that we have been a predominant run team. I think Coach Osborne has done a great job since he came, helping to develop and grow the passing game here.
Right.
And if you go back and look at Cole Vandal's statistics from 2 years ago and over his 3-year career, he ended up setting single season and career passing records here that, honestly, when I look at them now, I think it's going to be a long time, before those are ever surpassed. But we have a long history of running backs here, 1,000-yard rushers, and I think just overall we have a reputation of being a tough, get after it, blue-collar football team. And I think, we talked about this with Matthew before. We've got these signs on our field house here that indicate our playoff runs.
Standard's the standard, baby.
And that's what we preach to those kids a lot.
Right.
There are a lot of people in this community that have went to school here and played before you, and they're interested in what you guys do. And they... I think just the community as a whole helps kind of hammer that mindset into these kids. As
much as I enjoyed basketball, which is my favorite sport and still is and always will be, there's nothing like Friday Night Lights. There's nothing the same. Whenever you come out here and whenever you're running outside of the locker room and that touchdown terrace right here where we're sitting at, you can't beat it. Whenever those guys are able to run through the banner that the cheerleaders are holding up and be able to go out there, and who knows, that might do it this year. I could see Ben doing it, but having what Tucker used to do, and the guys would jump on them, they would do the little crowd surf over the front. You cannot beat that. There's no other feeling like it. And you only get that feeling by being able to come to the games and being able to feel the adrenaline and feel the excitement. And fortunately, as we were fortunate enough to be able to commentate these games. But at the end of the day, we would be lying to you if we said that it was more exciting and you'd be able to get the same adrenaline by watching it on TV or watching it somewhere else as opposed to being right here at Cavalier Field.
Absolutely.
There's nothing like it.
Oh no,
You just feel the energy.
You feel it, exactly.
And so a lot of the traditions maybe have evolved or changed over the years.
Yes.
Back in 2011, we got this new set of bleachers.
Mm-hmm.
Before that, we had a smaller set of bleachers, and you would look on this hillside here on a Friday night, and they would be 5 deep all across the top of that hill.
Mm-hmm.
Well, the new bleachers kind of obstruct that view there just a little bit, but won a lot of playoff games here in some poor winter-like weather, muddy conditions, things like that. Now we have this beautiful turf field. Thank the Greenbrier County Board of Education for that. We used to have the Harley lead us out on the field. Well, we don't take that out on this nice new track that we've got out here, things like that. But you don't have to have a lot of extras here to feel the hype.
You don't.
Feel the hype in this locker room when the kids come out. Everybody in this community has supported this football team the previous 57 years, and I don't think this year will be any different. It's going to be a little different. We go back to about probably 2014, 2015, and our schedule got a little out of whack because once you start having that success, scheduling gets a little bit tougher. So we went through some stretches there where we had, I know we finished one season like with 5 consecutive road games and then opened the next season with 5 consecutive road games. So, we were on the road for 10 weeks.
Wow.
This year, we've only got the one home game, in the first 5 games, and that'll be Pocahontas County, September the 19th. And
then end the season with 4 straight home games.
Yeah. So, it's getting similar to that. But right now, the only thing that we have been focused on since the end of the season and Coach Robertson got our schedule scratched out there has been Roane County, and we know that's a quality football team, a quality program. It's going to be a true test, and it's something that if you can come out of there with a win, you've got something to hang your hat on and build on for the rest of the season.
Absolutely, but if you come out of there with an L, and we hope that doesn't happen with everything in us, but if we come out of there with an L, it doesn't mean the rest of the season's ruined.
No, absolutely
because
not.
they're such a
Not even
quality
a little
football team. If you take a loss to them, it's definitely something to build on. But you talk to your guys and be like, hey, that's one, guys.
Yeah.
That doesn't dictate
we're
the
not,
rest
we're
of
not
the
going to
season.
let that. We're not going to let that L word slip out.
No.
Between now and Saturday night,
Yeah.
we're going to
That's
stay
right.
away from that. We like W's.
Yes.
here at
When
Greenbrier
we
West.
win, correct?
When-
When
Right.
we win.
One thing that you mentioned a little bit earlier that kind of got me excited about this was you never once have mentioned in this whole thing about record predictions, win predictions, or loss predictions, because you guys are always about staying focused on the goal. Week 1 is the goal this week. Week 2 is the goal the week after that. Week 3, and so on and so forth. What exactly in the Greenbrier West locker room have you guys been focused on to stay away from all those predictions, whether they're good or bad, and stay focused on the goal and getting your kids ready for week number 1?
Well, it wasn't really hard because Roane County was in the Class AA state championship game last
Helps
year. You open with an opponent like that. That's going to
You can't really look past, yes.
You better focus right there. I talked to their radio guy today, and he was telling me about what they had lost offensively, but then he added in, we've got our quarterback back, and he was a 500-yard plus passer, and we fully expect him to be a integral part of their offense.
Yes.
They're not going to be without talent. Their
No.
cupboard's not going to be bare. They're very well coached. We just want, we want them to comb their hair, so to speak,
Exactly.
when we step on the field, and we hope that we've done the things necessary to make them do that.
But I think they're going to take you seriously. You guys are obviously taking them seriously. And one of the things I like about your program is the quarterback being able to run the ball, because it adds a whole nother dimension to your play calling. If you've got a quarterback that can read the defense and know when to pull it and run, know when to throw it, that's one more thing that the defense has to be aware of. So it's another feather in your hat, one more thing they've got to be aware of, and it's easy to slip up and forget, especially if you hand the ball off and you hand the ball off. Next thing you know, there's a, they suck in too far, you can throw it over their head. Or that leaves an opening for the quarterback to say, hey, there's a lane. And so the defense is going to have to be super disciplined to stop Dunbar.
Oh, absolutely. Very rarely now will you turn on a football game, I don't care if it's a Friday, Saturday, or a Sunday, where you're going to see a quarterback that just gets under the center and gives you a 3-step, 7-step, whatever, drop and throws the football. You might see a little bit more on Sundays, but the college game has evolved so much now that just about everybody is running this type of offense. And Coach Osborne, was at Glenville, and we know Coach Rodriguez was there and implemented his system. So now he was gone obviously when Coach Osborne had gotten there, but they were still running those concepts. So that's where he learned those concepts.
Right.
He didn't learn them here in Charmco because we were under center with 2 tights,
Right.
Exactly,
and trying to run between the tackles.
Just hard nosed, old school football.
But so I'm a little bit older than Coach Osborne. I was here when Coach Hilton was here, and so I learned a little bit different way, if you will, to play football, and it's been a learning process for me to be out here with Coach Osborne and to pick up on those concepts and things, and then
But it's good to mix the two colors together and see what comes out.
Oh, it is. And honestly, when we started this a few years ago, and I'm going to say when we started this with Coach Osborne and Coach Harris, Coach Harris, very old school, original coach,
Very.
So we kind of meshed their 2 systems, and we would run, we would go under center, and we would go, from the shotgun and do those type things. It's evolved. We're not so much under center, anymore, but it's been a learning process on how we can get a group of 11 out there on the field from that starting point with Coach Harrison. Those guys, how can we get 11 out there and then jump into something else that we want to do without having to switch personnel so we can go fast?
As quick
we want to be able to run a play, get back on the ball, let's go, we're ready to go run another play without huddling up or changing personnel.
Tempo, baby, that's what matters. Well, Coach, I appreciate you for talking with us. There's a lot more we could get into, but we'd be here for the rest of the night, so we'll go ahead and let you off on that. I appreciate you very much.
Appreciate you,
Coach. Thank you so much.
Before I go, and I don't want to make a huge deal out of it, but I want to give a shout out to our head coach, Kelly Vaughn. He's going through a little bit of stuff right now, but he's going to be all right. He's going to be back pretty soon, and we can't wait to have him back. And our kids are really going to get out Saturday night. It's not a win one for the Gipper or anything like that, but our kids are going to get out there and bust it Saturday night, and honor him in the way he coaches football here for us. So
let's do it. Yeah. Well, alrighty, and and thank you very much to the Moose Lodge as well for sponsoring us and being able to allowing us to do what we do as well, and for feeding the kids because they're big and they need a lot of food to fuel them. So
So if you don't know, the Raynell Moose Lodge started last year. After our Thursday practice, they sponsor our kids for a dinner. So as soon as practice is over, the kids go down there and they eat a good meal. Very appreciative of that. Coach Vaughn does a great job working with the administration down there at the Moose to get all that organized. And it is a very important aspect of what we do. Very important to Coach Vaughn that those kids be able to go down there and just have that bonding time together,
break bread together,
right? Yes. And the Moose does a great job. They never disappoint, and so we really appreciate them as well.
Yeah, absolutely.
They don't have to worry about PB. They don't have to worry about PB&Js quite as much, do they, Coach?
No, but they do love those PB&Js.
Yes, they do.
Coach Vaughn will tell you that.
You can't beat them. Well, Coach Goddard, we appreciate you very much, brother. Yep. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank
appreciate you.
That was Coach Mike Goddard of the Greenbrier West Cavaliers. Guys, I appreciate you guys very much. My name is Matthew Thomas.
I'm Roger Bennett.
And we will see you guys next week from the Touchdown Terrace. We're forging fire here at Greenbrier West. Thank you guys.
I will see you Saturday at 7:30. Roane County Yellow Jackets take on the Greenbrier West. All right, guys. Saturday, 7:30, Roane County Yellow Jackets versus Greenbrier West Cavaliers. You've got to watch this. We're going to be streaming on YouTube, the Greenbrier Valley channel, which is Channel 5, YouTube. Guys, we are trying to make it accessible for everybody. It's going to be on Facebook, so we want you to watch that game. If you can't get to Roane County, we understand it's a little ways away. If you can't get to Roane County, watch it, support these guys, hit the like and share, let them know you're watching. These guys, believe it or not, the coaches even go back and look and see how many people watch this game. Get on there, support this Cavalier team. It's going to be a ball of fun. Unfortunately, Matthew won't be with me, but I will be there loud and proud for the West Cavaliers.
And it's going to be a super good week, guys. And Roger, he's going to do great being able to solo commentate. We're able to do it. We got the mouth for it.
Oh, yeah.
we got it. But anyways.
Never a shortage of something to say, is there?
No, there isn't. Not especially with these Cavaliers, it's not. But yeah, guys, exactly like Roger was saying, we're on YouTube, Facebook, Roku, Channel 5. If you can think of the platform, we're on it. So guys, look for the Greenbrier Valley channel and you're going to be able to find us, and Roger's going to do a great job. I'll be with you guys for the rest of the 9 weeks throughout the regular season, and it's going to be a great week and a great season of covering football for the 2025-2026 season.
Well, we look forward to the season. Guys, we will see you Saturday. We are live from Touchdown Terrace here at Cavalier Stadium.
Let's go.
In Charmco. Let's go Cavaliers. See you guys Saturday.
Let's go. Let's go, West.